Hey guys, I wanted to share with you a dream that I had a while ago that relates to the recent Catholic-themed Met Gala. So, I grew up Catholic, and my parents are still practicing Catholics who really, really love God. In this dream, it started where I was at a friend's house. We had these friends when I was younger. They were really, really wealthy Catholics. And every year, as an Easter celebration, they would have an Easter egg hunt over all their property. The property had like tennis courts, hunting grounds, just lots of property. So they would have an Easter egg hunt for all the kids across all their property. And they would like actually put money in the eggs. So I remember being like enthralled by that as a kid. Thinking that was so cool, but the Lord was revealing to me about those type of Catholics and what's coming. So, in this dream, it was weird because I was like a young girl again. I was staying over at this girl's house, and we like went swimming and like had a great time, and we did like an art project where we like made arts and crafts. And in the dream, I made myself a very interesting card. I still had the mind like I have right now. And I made myself a card that on the front it was a beautiful door. And the front of the card said something like, I don't know if it was like in Hebrew or something, but it was like, and it said Jerusalem. And then you open the card, and there was a picture of Jesus sitting in a chair on a throne and a great pool in front of him. And I was looking in the pool with my husband, and I was like holding on to him like it was obvious that we were like husband and wife, but Jesus' arm was on my back, like, and he was going to push me into the pool first. This was in a card I created in this dream. And in the side of the card it said like something about following God and being his bride or whatever. And so we went swimming and everything, and then my parents came to pick me up, my brother and my dad and everything, and it was weird because they had this house that they kind of like turned into like kind of like a hotel type thing, and there was like this big cafe place at the bottom, and my dad was like, hey, I need to talk to you, and he met me there. And he was like, hey, he sat me down, and he was like, this might be one of our last Nancy Drew talks. It was like my whole family knew that the things I was saying were going to get me murdered, and they knew it was coming. He was trying to prepare me, and it was sort of like matter of fact, like he knew I was like holy, and people didn't like the things that I was saying or talking about. So he was just like, yeah, we're gonna have maybe one of our last Nancy Drew talks. And so we were talking, and my brother was like, I want to talk to you too. And we were trying to talk in the room that I had stayed in, or maybe they had stayed in. It was like a guest hotel room, and we had to be out in 5 minutes because the Queen was coming. Okay, and this was like a Catholic family. They were hosting the Queen. Like, the Queen is coming, the Queen is coming, the Queen is coming. This is not, like, the Queen of England. This was somebody else. And so everybody started saying that, and they were like, the Queen is coming, and, like, room service, they were trying to, like, get in. The Queen was apparently staying in our room. And my brother and I were, like, laughing and joking about it, how we left, like, crumbs all over the room, and the Queen was staying in there, and nobody had time to, like, clean it or anything as she was, like, paraded in. And then as she was, like, paraded in, there was this woman. Ugh. She was so gross. She was wearing like this long dress, and she had like long gross nails, like acrylic nails that are like pointy. Maybe it was her natural nails, I don't know. It was nasty. And she had like pointed teeth, and she had a crown of thorns on her head. Oh, it was so Met Gala. Like, it was so disgusting. And they were, like, worshiping her. Like she was holy. even though she was like, everything she was wearing was completely 100% blasphemous. So I was sitting there like, and my friend Debbie was sitting next to me, like, as everyone's like fawning over her. And I was like, see how she's blasphemous? I was like, see how the crown of thorns, that's actually mocking God. And like the weird teeth, she has like dirty, like brown teeth that are jagged and stuff. That's because they're like the occult. And I was, and she was like, oh yeah, yeah. And I was explaining all of that to her. And so that's the part of the dream, I guess, that really relates to the Met Gala that just happened. And I had this dream like 3 months ago. And when I saw the Met Gala, I was like, whoa, it's already happening. So the plan is definitely to infiltrate the Catholic Church. The plan is definitely to... It's so interesting because people for a long time have said Catholicism is idolatry. And I disagree with that because I believe that there are Catholics who truly follow the Lord. But the split is coming. It will become idolatry to those who in their heart it has been idolatry. And to those who are truly following God, they will reject these new blasphemous teachings that are coming. Another thing I wanted to share is when I was reading Zechariah, I got a lot more information about the Antichrist, who is supposedly the bad shepherd, who leads his flock astray. And it said something about his right arm being injured and his right eye being injured, which is interesting because, you know, everyone who's talking about all the occult symbolism with the Antichrist is like one eye, you know, somebody has like, one man has one eye, and all those remarks in the most recent Avengers movie about jokes about having one eye. So the occult knows that that's what the prophecy is. But I don't know, you know, we don't know who the man of sin is yet, but I think that one, the eye one, is referring to someone who they will either elect as Pope or, I don't know, some sort of religious leader. So, anyways, guys, it is the end times, and shortly we will need to flee all of these major religious gathering places, and we will live a lot differently. So, I was in Catholic Mass today with my mom, and I can talk to them about these things and be open with them. But Holy Spirit was saying, run. Run, 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 run as fast as you can. Just get up. So, and I told my parents that. I'm like, for some reason, Spirit's telling me this is not the place to be. So, just a warning message. Probably all already know this is coming. But, alright.